Over 500 years ago, in the heart of a Europe scarred by war, plague, and religious authority, something extraordinary happened. A spark lit in Italy would go on to ignite a cultural wildfire across the continent. Art flourished. Science was reborn, and the very way people thought about themselves, about the world, and about the divine was transformed. This was the Renaissance. Welcome to History Unfolded. And today, we're diving deep into the entire history of the Renaissance, how Europe was reborn. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more journeys into the past. Let's begin. Let's start with a simple question. What was the Renaissance? The word Renaissance means rebirth in French. But this wasn't just a rebirth of art. It was a rebirth of thinking. Between the 14th and 17th centuries, Europe experienced a radical shift. People turned back to the knowledge of ancient Greece and Rome, which had been largely forgotten or dismissed during the Middle Ages. Imagine Europe as a dimly lit room. For centuries, only a few candles flickered in the dark, but the Renaissance flung open the shutters and let in the full light of human curiosity. So, why Italy? Well, think of Italy like the Silicon Valley of the 15th century. It had wealthy patrons like the Medici family in Florence who funded artists and thinkers. It was home to ancient Roman ruins, constant reminders of a glorious past. And it was a crossroads of trade, ideas, and culture. Florence, Venice, and Rome became cultural epicenters. The competition between city-states fueled innovation, just like rival tech companies today. When you think Renaissance, you probably think Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, Raphael, not the Ninja Turtles, the artists, and rightly so. Renaissance art revolutionized how humans were portrayed. Before this, most European art looked flat, symbolic, and strictly religious. But now, perspective was born. Art had depth. Anatomy was studied, bodies looked real, light and shadow, emotion and movement. Suddenly, art was alive. Leonardo's Mona Lisa, Michelangelo's David, Botticelli's Birth of Venus. These weren't just paintings, they were statements. Statements that said, humans matter, the world matters, beauty matters. But the Renaissance wasn't just about painting pretty pictures, it was also about how people thought. A revolution in reason. Let's talk about the scientific Renaissance. Before, the Church explained most of the natural world. But now, thinkers like Copernicus said the Earth revolves around the Sun. Galileo used the telescope to prove it. Leonardo da Vinci sketched flying machines centuries before planes. This era paved the way for the scientific revolution. It questioned authority, prioritized evidence, and sought truth through observation. You could say it was the dawn of modern science. At the core of the Renaissance was a powerful idea: humanism. Humanists believed that human beings had the potential to achieve greatness, not just spiritually, but intellectually and physically. They studied classical texts, wrote poetry, discussed politics, and envisioned a world where man was the measure of all things. This doesn't mean they abandoned religion. Many were devout Christians. But they started asking, what does it mean to be human? It was no longer just about preparing for the afterlife. It was about improving life here and now. Want to know what really supercharged the Renaissance? The printing press. Invented by Johannes Gutenberg in the mid-1400s, this machine made books cheaper and faster to produce. Before the press, books were handwritten, rare, expensive, and only for the elite. But now? Ideas could spread like wildfire. Think of it like the Internet's arrival in our time. Knowledge became accessible, literacy rates rose, a new intellectual class emerged. And guess what one of the first bestsellers was? The Bible. In people's own languages, not Latin. That changed everything. From Italy, the Renaissance rippled across Europe. In France, Renaissance architecture redefined chateaux and cities. In Germany, it fueled the Protestant Reformation. In England, it inspired Shakespeare, whose plays still echo today. In the Netherlands, artists like Rembrandt and Vermeer captured everyday life with breathtaking realism. Each region blended Renaissance ideas with local culture, creating a uniquely European mosaic of rebirth. So, when did it end? Historians debate this. Some say the Renaissance faded with the rise of the scientific revolution. Others mark the start of the Enlightenment or the turmoil of religious wars. But in many ways, the Renaissance never really ended. Its ideas about reason, beauty, science, and humanity became the foundations of the modern world. You and I? We're still living in its shadow. Every time we admire art, question authority, or seek truth through reason, we echo the Renaissance spirit. From the ashes of plague and war, Europe was reborn through art, thought, and discovery. That's the legacy of the Renaissance. Not just a period in history, but a testament to the power of human imagination. Thanks for watching History Unfolded. If you enjoyed this journey through time, give us a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and tell us in the comments which Renaissance figure inspires you the most. Until next time, keep exploring.